Instead, I do sally out with some javelin men into my Eastman fighters into an attempt to disrupt the ram. But that shouldn't be too hard. I detach them from the ram as my Eastman axemen storm over and begin pouring into these Highland Levy archers, cutting them down. Welcome, warriors of Valhalla. This is Tolor Titan. Thank you for stopping by today, and we are back in Thrones of Britannia. Today I've got a good one for you. After our victory at the Battle of Fallen Kings, our army camped for a little bit, and warriors from all over Scotland joined our ranks, Vikings and Scots alike, to join in the glorious conquest of the last city of the Scots. Now, led by our new king, we stand here to take the city. Now, the Scottish king, he is assembling his forces, so we must attack in the dead of winter, lest the Scottish king have his army by spring to liberate the city. So let's get started. And we got a pretty typical siege map here. I do have a numbers advantage, but they do have the fortress, so that'll make things a little more difficult.
Make them pay!
But as I said, the main thing here is they are assembling a new army. They are assembling a new army.
Is turning in our favor.
Now I do have reinforcements coming in, mainly in the form of some cavalry, just like the first siege. They are not going to play a huge part of this battle, but they're still helpful to have. But this time we outnumber them by a lot. So yeah, it's going to start off pretty quiet with the Eastman axemen in the towers and Eastman fighters at the ram, marching up to the wall. Their archers are going to try and stop them. My own archers are going to kind of hang back for a little bit. They are my only archers, and I don't know what it is, but they always take a lot of casualties. So I form a shield wall in order to prevent too excessive casualties from the archers. I don't want them to be whittled down too much. I want to preserve my men's numbers. They are trying to use flaming arrows to ignite the tower, and that's going to be an issue. They're using regular arrows against the Eastman fighters here to try and whittle them down. The ravens are already arrived. Odin is with us. Anyway, so the fires are already here. They're trying to ignite this tower. I am beginning to push up my own troops. They're breaking out of their shield wall. My own archers are beginning to whittle down their archers. But with the fort, they outmatch my archers easily. So yeah, my own troops are moving up to assist, ready to storm into those breaches that these towers and walls will make. Give extra men to storm past them. Now they have their own forces up on the walls too. They have well, not a shield wall. I don't think this unit can form a shield wall, but they have something resembling that at the gates. And they have some more guys on the walls. There are some reorganization. This is common with the AI. As the troops near the tower. Why they're shooting regular arrows into that tower, I have no clue. Those guys only lost 4 men in their approach. Now, what I am worried about is this is another gatehouse with oil. That is going to be an issue. They are arcing some of their shots down onto my troops. Less effective, but still a little bit of a threat. Instead, I do sally out with some javelin men into my Eastman fighters into an attempt to disrupt the ram. But that shouldn't be too hard. I detach them from the ram as my Eastman axemen storm over and begin pouring into these Highland Levy archers, cutting them down. Yeah, over here, those javelin men are being cleaned up pretty quickly. We have a unit of Eastman warband hitting their flank. Over here, we have our Eastman axemen fighting off a very small number of, I can't tell what. Okay, they killed the last of them. And now they're going to engage the Highland Levy archers. The Highland Levy spearmen are beginning to move in. Good defensive unit. These Alba warriors are attacking their other flank. This is typical for a siege battle, though. We break their Levy javelin men, but the gate is still sealed. We're still going to have to break it down. Their general, as I said, their king is not present, but their general here is. He is commanding their Alba forces. And they're doing their best to hold back my forces. But the more and more forces, including some living javelins going up the tower, that they routed nice, the more and more forces that I get into this town, the shorter their chances to hold it. They drop oil on the guys who try to hack down the gate with spears. I get them out of the way, get the ram in. Over here, they are beginning to break some of my troops. This Eastman Baxman is very... Yeah, they're breaking because they took a lot of casualties initially. But we have the Eastman Warband up on the wall. We have a unit of Axemen going up on the wall. We have a unit of Kierdeman elite infantry ready to go in. Over here we have Eastman fighters and Warband ready to storm into the gate, which is currently undefended right now. We are beginning to break some of their melee troops.
The enemy gates have been destroyed.
Yep, there's the gate. They are immediately sending some Seer in to deal with that, but I don't know if that's going to deal too much. I do lose an entire unit though. What unit was that? I don't know. Anyway, the oil is going to cause some issues to my Eastman Axemen as they pour in. That's what it's supposed to. But we get in and we immediately start engaging the spearmen. We're attempting to fall back. Their general is doing an okay job here containing this, but they've been outflanked. And over here it's a similar situation. It's pretty much just a rout at this point. They've lost all sense of cohesion. My forces are engaged in this battle. We have a unit of Alba warriors, a good unit, retinue sword infantry. That must have been a garrison unit, not just like a regular. Just attack a city, it's their unit.
We have captured the
But
gates.
yeah, the gates are captured, this unit is broken, and that's the battle. And I didn't even use all my troops. I still have several intact forces from when that we deal with that Scottish army. Now we might see that, we might not, I don't know. The army is a pretty small one right now. I might be able to mop it up and make it not interesting, but I hope you liked today's video where we besiege the Scone, keep of Scone. And now that Scone is ours, Circenn, if we wipe out that last army, has fallen. That is one major faction out of our way to complete domination over not just Scotland, but the British Isles entirely. So yeah, I hope you liked today's video. I'm sorry it's another short one, but it's still a fun one nonetheless. So yeah, Total War Titan, out.